going to answer the questions about our communication style quiz. I first took the test with the intent of picking the first question or the first answers that came to my mind and what I think best suits me overall. And my result was the supporter style of communication, which I resonated a lot with the description, with the listening skills, soft spoken, and the struggles I definitely identified with. But I definitely think that my style of communication online is very different from face to face. So I took the quiz again with the intent of just answering just for my online communication. And the result was different. I got doer for the second time I took the quiz, which makes sense. I think when I'm communicating digitally, I like to try and get to the point and be very straightforward with how I feel and try not to waste time or other people's time. I think that's different in informal digital settings like messaging systems. I think I can communicate my face-to-face interactions more easily on informal settings online, and it's easier to be more of a listener, receptor, and be more aware of the other person's feelings when you're informally chatting. But yeah, as a whole, I would say online I'm more of a doer, and face-to-face I'm more of a supporter communicator. And then I definitely prioritize the feelings of the people who are communicating. Sometimes I prioritize that over the actual message that's trying to be communicated. Like if somebody's trying to give a critique about me or about someone else, if it's not given in a way that's respectful or thoughtful, sometimes that will stop me from receiving the information, if that makes sense. And yeah, so I definitely prioritize listening, respect, and I get really frustrated when in a conversation with a group of people, one person or a few people often talk over other people or interrupt, and it makes me feel like those people want to demand attention when they're not willing to give that to others. So that is really frustrating to me, and I think that's one of the big frustrators under the supporter style communication, so it makes sense. And then the last question, I think relationships with people who are close to me would greatly benefit from having device-free times. I think it would be spending quality time, and the attention I would be able to give those people would be a higher quality. However, thinking about long-distance relationships, like being away from some of my closest friends right now, living on campus, I think setting those times where you're not wanting to connect, I think that could harm the relationship possibly. Like, for example, if my best friend moves away to a different state and I decide I'm not going to use my phone every day from 6 to 9 p.m. The other person might feel like they are draining the relationship or causing the other person to take that step back, and it might influence them to feel more distant in the relationship. So I think it definitely would be different for in-person relationships versus long-distance relationships, and would impact those differently. And I think that's my answers to those questions. Thanks for your time.